I'm gonna play Sands of Destruction. Finally gonna get around to this game. I've been trying to play this game for forever in the day. Never really just got around to it. Didn't really feel like playing it. Didn't really feel like doing much of anything, really. And then Pillars of Eternity 2 showed up in my life. So I am playing this on the emulator. There's my copy. And all that. I actually busted out the box for this game. And of course, the music needs to chill out. Busted out the box for this game because I actually do have the box. And there's this one thing that I used to do with my games. I'll just throw it like this. I used to put the receipts in the boxes because just in case I needed to return the game because it was trash or something like that, I could quickly be able to do that instead of just like chasing it down. So, like I have the booklet's in perfect condition because who reads booklets? I'm still sad that they don't have booklets in games anymore. But it looks like I bought this from GameStop. It was $34.99. Looks like I purchased it January 13th, 2010. I have no idea when the game came out, but that's interesting. I don't know. Did a GameStop purchase. I don't recommend it. GameStop will eat your babies. Also, one of the interesting things that they did was they have the Game Boy Advance cartridge and the DS cartridge in the same box. And I thought that was really cool. Anyways, turn back the music. Actually, hold on. A couple things that I need to get into before I actually start this game. One, the bottom screen is above me. Normally, the top screen would be up here. This is because, well, I'm putting the layout this way, and it's going to look weird when we get to the first encounter, which I'll, I guess, talk about more there. But primarily, battles are going to be in this screen. Sometimes there will be enemies in that screen over there. And I'm setting this up this way just because it's probably going to be easier in the long run just to follow along. Second thing, I have played this game before. I've beaten it. I'm a fan of this game, or I was a fan of this game. I'm going to find out if I like it nowadays. But anyways, enough of an introduction. Play the game. Another thing that I was thinking about was turning off my camera for this game because it's burning up in here. It is on fire. But whatever. Play the game. I am gonna turn off my camera.
More from the scum calling themselves the World Annihilation Front. They mean to march on Vito and bring down these very walls. We will teach them what becomes of such anarchists. They will learn who is master and who is servant.
Took me forever to get the sound correct.
What can such blustering hope to accomplish?
I'm sure it's not even perfect right now. Good enough.
They will see human defiance of Ferals for the perversion that it is. Sir!
Was that speech meant to motivate us or put us to sleep?
If the humans would mind their place, we'd not have to put up with this. Ask me, we should wipe their filthy lot out and be done with it.
Are they so blind they think all humans party to this anarchy?
I smell the stink of a human. Oh, forgive me. It was only you, Master Nausea.
What is it, Naja?
A suggestion. What say we split this force into local patrols?
Poppycock. It takes a platoon this size to keep up appearances.
Appearances won't get us very far against those anarchists. If we station lookouts throughout the city...
You forget who leads this command, Naja. I don't care if your father was Lupus Rex. He let a human tart seduce him. He brought disgrace on the title. Remember, my father is the sitting Lupus Rex now, half-breed. You do well to learn your place. Am I clear, old friend? I asked a question.
Crystal clear, Commander.
Then stand down, mutt.
That lunatic pride. While we bicker, the front may have entered the city.
What was that? What's happened?
That rumbling in the ground. Explosives?
Commander Rajiv, the city is ablaze, and the fire spreads still.
Take us.
This game is not fully voice acted, by the way, unfortunately.
Where are they? These cowards excel only at running away.
Excuse you? Who's running? I mean, why bother?
Up there!
Your friendly neighborhood world annihilation front agent at your service! The end of the world is long overdue, but it might as well go out in style.
Morte. The Scarlet Plague.
The one and only! Give the boy his prize. Aww, over already?
So you finally show yourself, anarchist scum. It's one thing to bite the hand of your feral masters, but this? Your spree of destruction ends now. When your head rots on a pike, all will know it was Rajiv who put it there.
Finished? All out of your system?
What?
You could hardly call them famous last words, but they should do.
Impudent wench! I'll tear you limb from flimsy human limb!
Focus, Rajiv. She'll not be taken easily.
Looks like the professor there knows his stuff. Let's try to keep this fun. I'll give you a death you'll never forget.
All right, now we go into our first combat. So normally, this game is supposed to be played, I mean, like, it's a DS, so the top screen, which is the one with the dialogue on right now. No, the top screen is the one with the health bars. Normally, you know, you're supposed to look at it that way, and I could play that way, but the resolution is considerably smaller, and the gain out of getting it is pretty cosmetic.
Prepare yourself!
So, I haven't played this game in forever, so I'm gonna have to relearn the combat, but I had to go through this sequence like a million times to sound test. So basically, for this combat, you get battle points, which essentially they're like action points. You get to keep attacking based on how many action points you have, basically, but they're called battle points. And yeah, that's the combat. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Not bad, Professor. A shame you let that dead weight hold you back.
Insolence!
Hold your tongue. We have nothing to discuss with you.
Well then, guess we should finish this.
My thoughts exactly.
Hey, what gives? We were just getting to the good part. What? I can't believe it! Woo-hoo! Now we can finally destroy this crummy old world!
Explain yourself.
No time, Professor. Places to blow up, people to kill.
A smoke screen.
She's gone.
The note.
Don't just stand there, she's getting away! Huh?
Then they really are out to annihilate the world. Lunacy! I will stop them no matter the cost. I swear it on my life.
Yeah, you do that. One of the nice things about this game, actually, is you can skip all of these scenes by pressing start, which I learned going through in sound testing. So I was very happy with that. Also, one thing I wanted to say is we'll encounter Morte several times, but I'm probably just going to call her Mort. As a default. I'll try to call her Morte. I also haven't decided if I'm going to read the dialogue yet. I guess I can. No. Yeah. We'll go through this dialogue and I'll think about it. I was supposed to think about this a long time ago. But, you know, life is hard. So this is our main character. I believe he goes by the name Kyrie. Instead of like Kiri or something like that. Yeah, I'm not gonna read the dialogue. That was a one-time thing for Pillars 2. I thought about doing it for the playthroughs that I do going forward. But RPGs have a lot of dialogue. Alright, so we got 200 gold. Happy to see gold make a triumphant return. I admit that I get kind of annoyed when I see games putting in their own currency type. I just don't see the point. I'd rather just see the gold standard and have it be gold. Okay, so this is the town. I can't go in there. I don't think there's anything to do in this town, but you know, I wouldn't know. So I believe this game does the Legend of Dragoon approach. Not that that's exclusive to Legend of Dragoon, but if you get near something that has that you could pick up, I believe like an exclamation point goes over your head. Oof, that is expensive. Alright, so getting pretty close. I hate this part right here. Yep. The camera swap. Also, why does this town have a cave full of monsters right next to it? I don't get it. Is this? Oh, I like this music. I dig the music. That was another thing, actually, that I was pretty happy with this, at least this first section of the game, is I like the music that I've heard thus far. Alright, so right off the bat, the game basically puts you into a dungeon. So here's an item over here. There's the exclamation point that I was talking about. That's the only item that I know of that's in this dungeon. Like I said, ran like a sound check of running around in this dungeon like 50 million times. Look at that. Guys, this dude knows what he's doing. Right, lesser tonic, no idea what that does. Alright, so this is the battle where it's gonna be weird. And you're just gonna have to bear with me for this. Alright, so this game has two fields of fighting, basically. There's air enemies and there's ground enemies. The game is primarily ground enemies. And to attack the air enemies, you have to jump up into the top screen, basically. So it's gonna look weird, but with the amount of flying enemies that we're gonna run into, we'll be okay. It'll look weird, but we'll get over it. Oh, that's just that.
Here goes.
I believe the tutorial text at the beginning was detailing basically what we're using SP for, which is basically MP, magic points. You have some that can heal, and then another section that does damage, basically. And basically what this is explaining is,
Not too bad, I guess.
in this combat, you have certain kind of attacks, which I'll actually show here. Skills. Customize. So, you saw me use 1-2 slash once and slice and dice once. Is basically just... Why? That's not going away. But... Yeah, why is that going away? Oh, it must be an emulator thing. That it's hiding the sprite behind those. But basically, you spend points to upgrade these. I don't think I have any points. To upgrade them. Yeah, I cannot. So, that's that. Anyways, I thought the combat for this game was actually kind of interesting when I first played it, because it kind of changed up the formula just a little bit.
Here goes.
So like I have the X and I have the Y. I don't know what the icons next to X mean though, but we're gonna do that one because it does more damage.
I guess.
Should actually find that out. What is it? Cross slash? Customize cross slice. So it has crit too. So I guess it just has a higher chance to crit. Also, another thing with this game, it defaults to your character running. And if you press the B button, your character will
Not too bad, I guess.
what's it called? Start walking. Which is nice. Don't have to hold down a button basically for the entire game, so here's walking. I don't remember if the dungeons are fairly short, but this dungeon is fairly short. What you see is what you get, basically.
Here goes.
Oops, that was the wrong one.
Not too bad, I guess.
Alright, and when you level up, you do not get your HP and SP back. Which is sadness. Alright, I was gonna say I could potentially die here. I actually died during one of my sound test playthroughs, which was super tragic. I'm actually going to use a skill here, because I got one shot once and it was not very nice. Alright. That did recover all of my HP and MP. And you know what that means? When they put a save point right before something and it recovers your HP and MP, it means a boss is gonna be arriving. Alright, let me go first.
I've gotta do something.
That's the opposite of that.
Here goes.
Oh, I gotta walk into the thing again. Trying to go inside. Not letting me. Oh yeah, you can also rotate the camera in most areas. Here we go. This is gonna be our first boss. I think a decently tough boss as well. I think when
I gotta do something.
When I first played this game, I died to this boss a couple of times. Okay. Game's basically saying you can't cheat. So far, so good. Oh yeah, another thing this game does. We get to see the HP of enemies. And, you know, I have a an issue with games that don't let you do that. And so I'm eternally grateful
Not too bad, I guess.
for this game, you know, giving me that opportunity. Also, if you just happen to follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I got me some Final Fantasy VII footage, which means I can finally move forward with a video that I've been waiting for. I just needed Final Fantasy VII footage. Although, when will this playthrough get released? I don't know. So E3 is this week. Today's the 4th that I'm playing this on. June 4th, 2018. Just for all you VOD people out there. Alright, don't ask me how I died to that boss on my first playthrough of this game. I think I just bodied that boss. You know, sometimes we just make mistakes. It's quite clear that the enemies are much more of a threat than the boss. That's not the way I'm supposed to go.
Here goes. Not too bad, I guess.
Well, we've already gotten much farther than I've been in this particular game. I did not fight the boss, the sound test, so uncharted territory.
I've got to do something.
I'm trying to decide what the X, or no, the Y button, what that is actually useful for, because it just does less damage. It doesn't really seem to provide much, if any, benefit. Whereas the X button does big damage. Oh, that's what we saw before. We have two ground attacks and 2 aerial attacks, and that's what I was seeing. So there's the rotating of the camera.